So welcome if you are joining me on Facebook or on LinkedIn or on YouTube. Thank you for being here. Happy Wednesday. And if you're here on Instagram as well, thank you for being here and wishing you a very happy Wednesday. So can you believe it? Here we are on the last day of August. So this live today is all about being ready for September, setting our intentions for September, and just to give you really some tips and some pointers about the sorts of things that you might want to be thinking about as we head into September. So I am Sarah Bramall. I'm one half of the Coaching Catalyst duo alongside my wonderful co-founder and friend Rebecca Daniel. And what we do together as the Coaching Catalysts is we support female professionals to prioritize you and your well-being, and we do that through coaching, through training, and through consultancy. So I'm going to talk to you today about 3 things. One, about setting those intentions as we step into a new month and into a new season. I'm going to be talking to you about well-being as well, and how you're going to keep your well-being top of the agenda, a priority, so it's not something that's just shoved to the bottom of the pile, and also prompt you to think about what you're going to do over the coming months for your personal or your professional development. So if you're joining me, do come on and say hi, or if you're watching later on replay, give me a hashtag replay. Let me know how you are doing. Would really love to hear how you are today. So in terms of setting intentions, we'd first of all love to hear how you're feeling as we move into September. I've had lots of different conversations about this in the last kind of week or so. Some of us are really excited for September because it feels like that new year start, that kind of new pencil case, that kind of fresh start as we head into September. And personally, I prefer the kind of new year, the new academic year of September than I do to January, because January can be a bit tough. It's a bit, the days are short, it's cold, it's a bit grey. Whereas September, we've still got amazing weather. Hopefully we've had a good rest over the summer. We're feeling refreshed, we're feeling enthusiastic, and we're feeling ready to go. So let me know if that's the same for you, or whether you're kind of more of a January person, or maybe both. If you're joining, come on and say hi. Here's this joining us here. Hello lovely Facebook user. I can't see who you are, but thank you for being here with me. Now, what I hear from clients a lot when we get overwhelmed, when it becomes all too much for us, is about being on a hamster wheel. And again, let me know if this resonates with you. Sometimes we have so much responsibility, sometimes there's so much in our lives that we feel like we just have to keep going on this hamster wheel, and we almost can't stop and reflect and catch our breath because it's so much we just have to keep moving forward. Now, if we're not careful, going into September can indeed feel like we're moving on a hamster wheel, because all of a sudden, maybe we've been on holiday, maybe we've had a break, and all of a sudden it's ramping up that energy again. Lots of us here are parents, we might be getting ready to get the kids back to school, and maybe the clubs are starting again. There can be lots of things going on that make us think, God, it feels like a hamster wheel. Now, when we go into September thinking it's going to be crazy and it's going to be like a hamster wheel, well, guess what? That's how it's going to be. So it really helps to just to press that pause button, take the step back and think, All right then, what's my intention and how do I want to feel? How is it that I want to feel? Okay, we've got lovely Leonora here, who's one of our wonderful Catalyst members and an amazing coach for mums as well. So I'm sure lots of this will be resonating, Leonora. You love, Leonora, a September start, looking for a fresh and new start to keep that momentum going instead of starting again in January. Yeah, you're a girl after my own heart, Leonora. Maybe it's because I'm an ex-teacher, maybe it's because I've got 3 kids, but I do genuinely love that September, that freshness and that feeling. So thank you for being here with me and for feeling that as well. So a question then that I would pose to myself, and you can borrow this question if it's helpful for you, is rather than feeling rushed or rather than feeling overwhelmed or rather than feeling like I'm on a hamster wheel, how do I want to feel instead? Now, when I stop and ask myself that question, how do I want to feel instead? I think, well, actually, I don't want it to look so jam-packed. I want to have a bit more space to breathe, space in my diary. I don't want to make it feel hard. I want to be able to go into this new season with a sense of ease and a sense of flow. So what can I do to create that ease and to create that flow? So these are questions for you to go away and ask yourself. Okay, so this is how I'm feeling, but how do I want to feel? And if this is how I want to feel, how am I going to go about creating that? Now, for me, if I want to create that sense of ease or flow, it's usually about taking a step back. It's usually about stopping and resetting and taking things out rather than trying to put more back in. I think we might have Suzanne here, who's another Catalyst member. I posed that question in the Catalyst membership earlier. What is it that you want instead? And how do we create that? So it might be a good idea just for you to take that question away, to make a note from that question. So what do I want? And when you've written down 2 or 3 words about what you want, how are you going to create that? And maybe do some journaling around that. So that's the main kind of question today. Other things to think about are, what are you going to do for your well-being? Right, so I totally get this. We lead really busy lives. Got full-on business here. My husband's really busy in his job. We've got 3 kids, and it's crazy with all the activities and everything that's going on. How do you possibly make time for yourself? And what I've learned over the years is to schedule myself first, to put myself first. That doesn't mean that my needs are more important than anybody else's needs, but it does mean that if I schedule myself first, it means that I know that I will look after myself, my energy, my well-being, so that I can look after other people, so that I can be a good mum and I can be a good coach and all of those different things that we do. So how do you schedule yourself first? So what that looks like for me, again, is just taking some time out to go through the diary and going, okay, when am I going to plan to have some well-being time? When am I going to plan I'm going to see my friends? And then on a daily basis as well, how do we create that little bit of space on a daily basis? For me, getting up early helps. My children are a bit older now, so this works, but it helps just to give myself that headspace. So for you, what is it that you're going to commit to doing for your well-being? It doesn't need to be big or complicated. It's probably better if it's small and really achievable. I'd love to hear from you. What is it you're going to commit to doing for your well-being? And then the third thing to think about as we head into September, and again, maybe it's the teacher in me, maybe it's the educator in me, maybe it's being a mum of 3 kids, but for me, September is that month of right, okay, what am I going to learn? How am I going to develop? What am I going to do for my personal and for my professional developments? So Rebecca and I have committed to starting some new training to enhance our coaching. We're really excited about that, and we will share more of that when the time comes. But that starts in October. So that's going to be a big focus for me for the next 18 months. Actually, it's quite a long period of commitment. But I know that that's where I'm going to commit my time to that personal or to that professional development. Where's it going to be for you? It might be small. It might be just thinking, right, I'm just going to take some time out to listen to a podcast or commit to reading for 10 minutes. Or it might be something bigger. It might be you think, do you know what? I'm kind of flatlining in my career now and I want something else. I want to step up. I want to learn a new skill. I want to commit to something new. Or it might be that you've been doing the same thing and you think, do you know, I'm ready for a change. Or it might be that you've stepped into a new role recently and you need to enhance those skills. So that's the third thing to think about today. What are you going to do for your personal and for your professional development? So I've given you, I think, a lot of food for thought here, and I'm going to stop talking now. But if you're watching this later on replay, I'd really love to hear from you. What's your intention as we go into this new season? How do you want to feel? What are you going to do for your well-being? Or what are you going to do for your personal, for your professional development? Any of those, you don't have to do all of those, but any of those, love to hear the answer to, love to hear what's going on for you. Okay, now if you're not already, do make sure you come over and join us in our Coach Catalyst community. We've got a lovely community, free community on Facebook, which is for female professionals and female entrepreneurs. We're over here on Facebook. We're called, guess what? We're called the Coaching Catalysts. I'd love you to come over and join us. If you're watching here on Insta or on LinkedIn or on Facebook and something's resonated, or if you've got a question, pop us a DM. We'd really love to hear from you. I'm going to stop talking now, but really grateful to you for being here live with me. And I hope that that has been useful for you. Just going to have a quick look. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, lovely questions. Love the questions. Thank you, Sarah. Great September start. No, thank you for being here. And genuinely, these questions are helping me as much as they're helping you. I've got to do this work myself as well. All right, take care. Thank you for being here with me. Happy Wednesday. I'm off to have my lunch and to walk the dog. That's my well-being for the day. All right, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.